Hi guys, this is Big Bloke on a Bike, and I'm just going to quickly walk through some of the features of the Garmin Virb camera system. I've got three Virbs. This one here is an Elite, and it's handle mounted using the large tube mounting kit from Garmin. All the mounting kits give you a cradle for the camera like this, and it's got a very easy clip-in system to remove the camera. So you've got these two little buttons here which release the camera. I'm pretty impressed with these mounts. It's very easy to install and remove the camera, so after your ride you can take them all off your bike quite easily. I've also got a rear camera mounted on my pannier. Again, it's exactly the same sort of system for removing the camera. This is the small tube mount, and it's got exactly the same cradle on the top. This camera is a Garmin Basic or Normal, it's the black one. And lastly, I've got a helmet mounted camera, same sort of mount again. This is the vented helmet mount, and with another Basic attached to it. So I've got three cameras so that I can see all around my bike, so if anything happens behind me or in front of me or where I'm looking, I've got it covered. The differences between the Elite and the Basic is that the Elite comes with GPS sensors and an Ant+ sensor. So it will connect to my heart rate monitor and to my power meter, and it will also use GPS signals to calculate speed and position and elevation and all that sort of stuff. We can see some of this on the screen. You can see here, this is the power dashboard. If it focuses, you can use the screen on the Garmin to display some of this basic information. So this is power. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it. And we have heart rate. You can see there's some data on there because I've just done a ride. Don't know what that one is. Elevation, speed, distance, sunrise and sunset, and time since recording started, I think. Compass, cadence, and power. So as I said, it's got an Ant+ sensor, so this connects to my heart rate monitor and to my power meter, and everything else comes from the GPS. The cadence comes from my power meter as well, but you can connect a dedicated cadence sensor. Some of the other views you've got on here, you've got a viewfinder which just shows you what's in front and enables you to line the camera up. Basically, the screen isn't very good on these cameras. They're not backlit, so you can't really use them for much more than lining it up. If it's dark at all, you can't see it. You need to shine a torch at it. We also have playback on here, so you can watch your videos. The dashboard I showed you, and settings for attaching sensors and so on. So that's one of the main differences of the Elite, the fact that it's got GPS and Ant+. But the other difference is that you can use remotes. So I've got my Elite set up as the main camera. You can see that it's got a green light on it, meaning it's switched on. There's a green light on the Basic and a green light on this Basic here. But if I start recording using the Elite, the light on there will flash red, which you can't really see, but trust me, it's flashing red. And also, two Basics are now recording flashing red. That's because they're both set up as slaves to the main Elite camera. This means that all your cameras start at the same time. You have video clips which are synchronized to within about a second of each other, and if anything happens, you just stop the main camera, both the other ones stop as well, so it's easy to find interesting incidents on your footage. Another useful feature is that you can set up the remote on your cycle computer. So this is a Garmin 810. I'm pretty sure it works with the 510 as well, but I'm not sure about that. And on here we can see that I have a remote control screen. You can just about see it with the reflection there. On here I can again start the camera's recording. If I just slide this forward, which isn't working very well. There you go. So again, that has now started all three cameras recording. I've also got it set up so that just when I start my ride on my Garmin, it will start all of them recording, but you can also use this screen here. Lastly, there's also this camera button at the bottom here. If I press that, all three cameras will take a picture and store them to the SD card. I don't really use that feature very much, but it might be useful one day. So that's about it. That's the main differences in the Garmin Virb camera system. The GPS you get on Contours and I think some GoPros, but the Ant Plus sensor is really useful. It means that when you've got your video, you can do overlays with power and cadence data very easily because the data is already synced. I used to have a Contour GPS, but it was a real pain synchronizing the data from your from your cycle computer to the video from your camera. But the fact that the Elite records the video and the data makes that very easy. I also like the fact that they all start automatically when I start my ride on my cycle computer. It means that I don't need to start all three of them and then stop all three of them if anything happens. I'm very happy with the idea of the camera, but there has been quite a few bugs and issues initially. Garmin are releasing lots more firmware though, so these issues are getting better. I do feel a little bit like a beta tester though, rather than someone who's bought a finished product. That's about it. Any questions? Feel free to ask them in the comments. Thanks.